Welcome back. We continue with our conversation around women and leadership and politics. And right now we also have another young lady with us on set. This segment is Women in Leadership. She is Emma Akinyi Ogola. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
She was a women rep candidate in Siaya County. Big step. Before we get to that, maybe how can our viewers find you on social media?
On social media, my personal account is Emma space Q alafu Akinyi.
All right. So if they can interact with you on that platform.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But remember, we are still using the hashtag Good Morning Kenya on Twitter. Our official station handle is at KBC Channel 1. So let's come to your journey. I mean, you are one of the youngest candidates to have participated in this just concluded elections. And you went for the women rep position. Why this particular position?
This particular position because I have passion for women, passion for developing women, bringing development to our women, young women. Yeah, there's a lot that women go through. So I felt that I was the right person to bring that development to them.
Did you get any opposition by virtue of being a young woman?
Yeah, of course there was. Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah,
in what form?
You find that most people, whenever they see you there, they just feel like, oh, this one is just a prostitute looking for clout, chasing clout, looking for fame, and yeah, basically. But that was not the case. Of course, I was for a good cause, and just to bring development to our people.
All right.
Yeah.
So when did you get on this political journey? Because looking at the women position, it is an elective position.
Yeah.
You don't just wake up and say, today I want to vie for this particular elective post. Tell us a bit about your journey in line with politics.
In line with politics, I started politics while in campus. I was at the University of Nairobi, and I was the SecGen for WASWA. WASWA is Women's Student Welfare Association. I can say that's where I started the passion for women stuff, yeah. So that's where I started, and then after university, while I was still in campus, I registered this organization that is basically for community development. It didn't work much, it didn't perform a lot. And then after that, I joined national politics. I decided to contest for women rep positions here county.
Okay. So why, again, looking at the many elective positions, and especially for someone who is just new in the political space and trying to venture up, why this particular women rep seat as opposed to any other elective position that maybe would be a good starting point?
I evaluated all the positions, and I felt like women rep was the best one for me. Yeah, and it is still the best.
It still remains to be the best.
Yeah.
Now, you were among the 7 candidates that were contesting for this particular county women member of parliament representative seat in Siaya County.
Yeah.
And you emerged 3rd position.
Yeah.
Out of 7.
Yeah.
What was the reception when you announced your candidacy in Siaya County?
The reception was good. It was good at first, and then yeah, but most people felt I was young. Some felt I was just chasing clout. I guess those are the major challenges. And then, of course, you're being called names. Whenever they see you with these male politicians, they just feel you're a prostitute. Yeah, so, yeah, but basically the reception was good, especially amongst the youths. And most women also embraced me. They felt like I'm their daughter. They need to have, okay, basically a daughter always takes care of the mother and the whole family. Yeah, so I can say the reception was good. And next time we'll give it, next time we're going to take it.
So you still do intend to contest for this particular same seat come 2027, or should this particular seat fall vacant?
Yeah, we'll contest in 2027. Yeah.
Now, looking at your personal journey, considering it's your first attempt at women rep position, you emerged 3rd out of 7 other candidates. You had a total of 7,447 votes, and you were vying under a Maendeleo Democratic Party ticket. Why did you choose to associate yourself with this particular party?
Well, Actually, at first I was in ODM. I wanted to contest with ODM because ODM is the party
dominant
back home.
Party.
Yeah, dominant party back home. So, but by the time they were doing the nominations, I didn't have the nomination fee. I wasn't prepared. And Maendeleo Democratic Party, I have known the party for some time. I know the party leader is my friend, so he offered me a direct nomination ticket free of charge. That's why I went for that party. Yeah, I really wanted to contest, but then I didn't have enough cash to pay for nomination fee and such stuff by that time.
So looking at Kenyan politics and just the virtue of finances being a very huge factor when it comes to campaigning and politics, what are the aspects of the Kenyan political space and Kenyan politics that you think are a challenge for many young women who are trying to get into elective politics and just the political space as a whole?
Majorly is just finance, because you find that most people are not even ready to finance you. Some feel you're just a joker. You are just like the way I said earlier, you are clout chasing, you're just looking for men, such stuff. Yeah, and then apart from that, yeah, majorly those are the main challenges.
But looking at this concerns that the electorate are saying about or what they think about young women in politics, are they grounded on anything?
Not on anything. They're just insinuations. Yeah.
And what can we do to change this narrative? Because again, we argue that the youth are not very active in politics, but also for those that are attempting to get in, they seemingly seem to have a hard time just listening to your story.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but people are changing, things are changing. Like you say, I like Rift Valley people. They are they vote for someone based on the ideas and not money. But in Siaya, for instance, if you don't have money to give those people, they'll just tell you to your face that we are not voting you until you give us something. So if you don't give them something, they don't vote for you, which is so bad, because at the end of the day, these people will not bring development. They'll just go there to get back their money, the money that they used during campaigns.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a bit about women in Siaya County. You know, looking that you are hoping to represent them in Parliament, what are some of the challenges that you noted are a big problem in Siaya, and particularly so targeting women and even further in younger women in Siaya County?
Let me start with younger women. You find that there are ladies who dropped out of school majorly because of teenage pregnancy, lack of school fees. Maybe they are orphans, so they drop out of school, go get married, then the marriage fails, they come back, they have nothing to do. So I had good strategy to curb this. First of all, we wanted to, if I got the chance, we would have introduced mentorship in high schools and primary, so that we don't encounter this teenage pregnancy. I've done the campaign before in Coast Region while I was still in campus, and it really bore fruits. And we wanted to introduce such in Siaya so that we curb the teenage pregnancy menace. Apart from that, now these women who have dropped out of school because of school fees or pregnancies, we wanted to take them to vocational training colleges, where, because you find that most of them don't have money, the family is poor, so there's nothing they can do with their life. Yeah, so we wanted to take them to vocational training colleges where they could learn, they could study things, courses like saloon, tailoring, for boys even plumbing, yeah, such courses. And then after that, we would secure jobs for them, and some of them we would give them a starting capital for their businesses. I feel that would have helped the young women. Going to the old women, are not so old but middle-aged, you find that some of them are widows. Like for me, I was brought up by a single mom, a widow, and you find that, okay, mostly the man is always the breadwinner of the family. And when the man passes, there are a lot of challenges that these widows face. Like one, you'll find that the family of the man now, they don't even want to, the land that was allocated to the man is taken away from the woman and the children. Yeah, a lot of stuff happen. Apart from that, they don't even have an income. They have orphans to take care of. So we wanted to have some docket that is there for those widows, so that whenever such things happen, they can go report there, and then the law takes its course. And then second, we would have some empowerment money for the widows, so that they can start some small business in order to take care of the orphans. Yeah.
All right. Now, given you had all these plans set out, should have you been elected the woman rep for Siaya County, which unfortunately did not happen, do you still intend to find ways around being involved in the youth leadership and women representation in Siaya County, or it's taking a step back to reevaluate your plans, re-strategize, and wait for 2027?
I won't really wait for 2027 because I was for a good cause. I wanted to help our people. Having been brought up in such an environment, I understand the challenges. So that's why I have an organization that is basically for community development. So as at now, I'm stabilizing, I'm trying to get people who can support our organization so that we can start the projects in Siaya. The ones that we'll manage to do, we shall do them. Yeah.
And what kind of partnerships are you hoping to get with this particular organization to, again, ultimately be for the good of the residents of Siaya?
I'm hoping to get maybe donors who can give us, like, for children in schools, who can give us, because you find that there are many children who don't have school fees. So if we can pay school fees for those children who are suffering, those orphans, if we can give them some uniform, shoes, and then for the women, the plans that I had stated earlier, if we can actualize them, yeah, we can give pads to our people. We can have some community projects that I was sharing with the people during campaigns. I had some projects that I was thinking if we could introduce them, like maybe evaluating the soil, planting some crops that can do well there. Then after that, we look for market for their products, such stuff. If that one can be possible, then we'll be a notch higher.
Okay. Now, looking at generally the Kenyan political space and the place of women, over the years we have seen more and more women being elected to or rather winning these elective positions. And just looking at the office of the governor's office, this year we have around 7 women that, you know, were elected as governors compared to the previous years. 2017 we had 3, 2013 we had none. But now looking at these women that are in these positions of power, considerable power, how can they change the narrative around women, leadership and politics to ensure that we are seeing these numbers grow by the year?
Yeah, I'm so happy the numbers are growing, and I'm sure in the coming years we'll even be more than men. Yeah, we are taking up the spaces. Yeah.
So what can they do to ensure that we are actually taking up those spaces? From what you think?
From what I think, just educating people to tell them that, hey, look, even women can do this. Women can do this better than men. Yeah, and it's happening. It's happening. Yeah.
All right. Now, still also looking at the fact that you are a young person and the youth also constitute a big part of the Kenyan population. But just looking at the voter turnout, 14 million from a total registered number of 22 million, there are 8 million that did not participate in this general election. Whether they are youth or not, we are here to get the figures in regards to the specifics. But looking at this whole question of voter apathy among the general population when it comes to voting, what are your thoughts on that?
Like where I come from, there were so many people who didn't vote in 2022, basically because of the narrative that was there. people would say that if you vote this person, he won't be announced. We are the people in power. You're going nowhere, and then you find that this person who is not voting is a darling to the person you're saying you won't announce. So they'll just sit, relax, and say, no, there's no need of me voting because my person won't be announced after all, which is not good. So next time we'll try and work with the opponents, educate the people, to show them that they have to vote.
They have to vote. Yeah. Now, as we close this conversation, just your closing remarks to our viewers this morning, the residents of Siaya, the 7,447 that voted for you, that believed in your campaign, your manifesto, the plans that you had for them, and also just what more they can expect from you in the capacity that you are in now, given you're not in the elective space, but you still intend to fulfill some of the intentions you had for Siaya. There's your camera right there.
My last appeal to my people of Siaya, I'd really thank you for the opportunity that you gave me so that I can share with you my vision for Siaya. Thanks for the people who voted for me. Thanks too for the people who embraced me but didn't vote me. The plans that I shared with the people, we'll still actualize them even without the position. We'll use the organization. Hopefully, if we get donors, we'll use the organization to actualize the plans, and I still mean well for you. All the best to Siaya.
All right, so how can they interact with you?
My Facebook account is Emma space Q space Akinyi. The one that I was using during campaign was Siaya Women Rep 2022 Emma Akinyi.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through. We do appreciate you for, just putting yourself out there, because number one, it's not easy to put yourself on a national platform from everyone to judge you and to hold you to account. So we do appreciate you for that and for making time to be with us this morning.
Thank you.
All right. So that brings us to a close of the program. Thank you so much for being with us. We do appreciate your valued company. We do this again tomorrow right here on KBC Channel 1. This has been Good Morning Kenya. My name is Jade Wamboy Kibera. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.